Audible is making summer a little bit sweeter for Amazon Prime members. For a limited time, you can join for just $4.95 a month for your first 3 months and enjoy the stories you love outdoors. Use the Audible app and take Tom Clancy's Line of Sight to the pool, or hit the beach with David Baldacci's Fallen. You'll get 1 credit a month good for any audiobook. Exchange any you don't like. Summer is the perfect time for this Prime member offer. Get it now at audible.com/prime.
Hi, need a ride? Hop on in. I'm headed to Julia's Trucking Cafe. Come on, let's go. Cool, we made it just in time. Come on, let's go get a seat. Hey everybody, it's Julia. Welcome to Julia's. Hey everybody, it's Julia. Welcome to Julia's Trucking Cafe. Sorry, my intro wasn't quite over with yet before I started yapping. Come on in, sit down. I see you got drinks and everything. Give me a call if you want to discuss anything that I'm discussing this evening. I am live. Our call-in number is 213-943-3411. We're going to discuss a variety of topics in the news tonight, and saving for later on, last but not least, how someone's life was possibly saved. In the news, back a couple of days ago, a trucker in Perry, Georgia, at the Walmart there, got hit by a car during what's called a boot dispute. A man was arrested after striking a truck driver with his car during a dispute over his rig being booted at a Walmart in Perry. This was last week, Tuesday. The dispute began at the Supercenter there around 6 o'clock in the evening when Mr. Emmons, the truck driver, called a wrecker service to help remove the boot and placed on his truck in a Walmart parking lot by an employee at this Buckhead parking enforcement that Walmart hired. According to a report in the Macon Telegraph, 23-year-old Buckhead parking enforcement worker, this Mr. Parker, was trying to use his Kia to prevent the wrecker truck from leaving the scene when he reportedly struck the truck driver in the legs with his vehicle. The truck driver, of course, began yelling that he had been hit by the car. The police arrived at the scene and placed Mr. Parker with the security agency under arrest. He has since been charged with aggravated assault. Anytime you yell at somebody, touch somebody, that is considered assault. You can't go up and think you're Mr. Know-It-All because you have a uniform and a shield and a gun, possibly, and think you're God just because you're a rent-a-cop. You know, you put your britches on one leg at a time like I do, you're not any better than me. Don't try to run me down. I understand you're trying to do your job. That's what Walmart, subcontracted y'all for, because they didn't like trucks parking in their parking lot over the 30-minute allowance that they allow. I find this to be aggravating throughout the country, and I know there's a lot of other truck drivers that agree with me on this, that Walmart wants their products, and I could use a lot of different terms, but I have to keep it clean because this is G rating. They want their stuff to their distribution centers then it goes to the grocery stores. But when we go in to their store, they don't want us parking in the parking lot. They don't want us on their property at the DCs. They don't want us here. They don't want us there. And I understand truck drivers out there, they leave garbage, they leave pee bottles, everything else standing around. Yes, it's disgusting. Yes, it's gross. I completely agree. I don't like to see it. And I drive a truck. Been doing it 30 years. I don't like to see it. But don't judge me when I come into your store and spend a couple $100 and I'm a white solo female driver out here and I need food and groceries and dog food and toys and other kind of things and willing to spend my hard-earned money in your establishment, and you're going to tell me I can't park in your parking lot? That it's not a safe place for me to park to go to sleep? I have to park at some rest area down the road and possibly get mugged, raped, or other things? Since when is Walmart so good, goody two-shoes, that they're always condemning us truck drivers? Well, let's see how long you're going to last when trucks don't deliver your stuff to your DC to turn around and get it to your store, Perry, Georgia. I have delivered a lot of stuff to Walmarts over the years, from a variety of stuff to meat to food to all sorts of items. So don't sit there and dictate to me that I can't park on your parking lot, going to spend a couple $100 in your store, deliver your items to your DC to stock your store so you can have sales and make money for the corporation who now the kids have run, we all know, since Mr. Walton passed away, and they don't give a rat's ass about us drivers. And that's what's really ticking me off. So Walmart is a hot topic with all of us drivers. I got kicked out of a Walmart in Gordonsville, West Virginia. No one to beat the bands. One lane road coming across 64. Then that wasn't even plowed. Couldn't even use, that was the left lane, couldn't even use the right lane. I'm like, oh, I had enough of this. I'm pulling off, and there was a Walmart. There was 5 of us that got thrown out by the sheriff's office because Walmart didn't want us parking in their parking lot. This was whiteout conditions, you know, active nature, excuse me, active nature, and they tossed us back out onto Interstate 64 because there was no place to park. People were parking on the on-ramps and everything else, off-ramps and stuff, because the weather was so bad. They couldn't let us sit it out until it stopped snowing and we would leave. Nope, they called the doggone sheriff's office and had us thrown out in adverse weather conditions. Now, what kind of malarkey is that? There again, I can use some other terms. So I don't completely agree. If you have any comments on this show, please leave them in the comment section on Facebook. We are also on iHeartRadio. We just got onto the podcast section of iHeartRadio. We also are in the iTunes directory under podcast as well, Julia's Trucking Cafe. I want to give a big shout out and thank you to all the new listeners. If you haven't already done so, please like us on Facebook. Join our discussion group, Julia's Trucking Cafe Regulars, where you'll see insider view of new things that are coming to the website and new things that I'm going to be posting before anybody else sees it. And we could always have a discussion. There's never a stupid question. I never would say that. We're always live. Most of the time I'm always live, depending on my schedule. On Monday evenings between 6 p.m. and 7 p.m., our call-in number is 213-943-3411. Let's hit some other news. Now, the American Trucking Association has brought a lawsuit against the state of Rhode Island. because now they implement, as of June, truck-only tolls. And what they say that's going to do is to go ahead and fix our toll and everything is going to fix the roads. And I'm like, really? You just don't know. The tolls were supposed to intended to supplement a $5 billion plan to repair bridges and roads throughout. But the American Trucking Association believes the tolls unfairly target truckers and do not take into account the damage regular cars do to their roadways. Since the roadworks plan was first proposed, the trucking industry has been strong in warning politicians to roll back. It's unfortunate that the governor there and the administration did not hear things to report. They've maintained since day one that the roadworks is unlawful and a comparable suit was clear, unequivocal proof. Administration CRT director for road legislation with the reference about some really cool Facebook pages, groups, and different links. At the need to I want to give it out to one page, 389 page. This is there again, 389 Peterbilt, custom made, that works for horseless carriage. And they pull antique and show cars around the country. Has a car that goes above and horseless carriage. A big shout out to John, the owner of and yes, he did name his truck. So I will tease him about that. But he does truck shows, is showing us truck. Like I said, carries automobiles from antiques to NASCARs. So if you ever need a car, the facts of 389 and hose. But he's got cool pictures in the page. He shares a lot of different articles and stuff that's been going on. Something I'm going to quote on is he states last week that he's been seeing quite a few articles about driver shortage lately. They've been singing that song and dance for the last 4 years. All of the companies truly for the drivers. They wouldn't have hundreds of drivers every week because so many guys are sitting every day. And these driving schools sure as heck don't help. He doesn't believe it is a shortage order. It is only the problem of the shortage of true professionals and the state government to themselves the shortage of these professionals. Take a look around. There is no steering wheel holders and their automatic trucks. There's a shortage of us true professionals who know how to back up, who know how to float gears, who know how to maneuver safely around cities, properly secure our loads, stay off of roads with low bridges and weight limits, and get around without a GPS system, because we know how to read a map / road atlas. Back in the day, you didn't hear people crushing bridges or getting lost way up on a logging road, having walked and see all these billboards advertising lawyers for big truck wrecks or trucks on the boardwalk in New Jersey. We were looked at as true professionals. We acted as true professionals. We earned the title true professionals. We used to be the white knights of the highway. People looked to us for help. They were on the shoulder. We used broke down. Not anymore. The government and these mega areas started bringing anybody that could fog up a mirror while breathing and putting them in an automatic truck and said, see you later, go deliver my load. There's a big difference between a steering wheel holder with an automatic and a true professional. Let's be completely honest here. I can teach a monkey how to drive a truck, but to teach that monkey to drive the truck professionally and safely is a completely different story. Touché, John, touché. Very well written. And he has more articles like that, and also shares all the different articles that he, newsworthy articles that he finds on the site. So it's a really good page for the newbies to get started with if you're looking for, related topics, trucking, and wanting to learn more about the industry and that kind of thing. I'm very glad he has joined the cafe, and I'm very glad that he's on board. I look forward to reading more about him and about what he writes, let me say. And sharing with you. I am going off the today in a way, so if there's a pausing from time to time, bear with me, please. And then there was, in one of the groups, as well as the same, if you haven't heard about that, it's kind of a fun group. So it is a hot topic that a Clint Davis, yes, I'm saying your name, Clint, posted in Truckers Hall of Shame about an untidy private bathroom. We've all seen it. Every time I go into one. I think every other out here because I'm having to pick up some. And I feel like laying in and shooting cream on the mirror. But it was such a hot topic that Clinton got for 205 comments on his bathroom. And he said, the reason why I hate truckers, or should not have bad names, you do realize that truck drivers are not the only ones using the restrooms. So you really cannot put the blame on truck drivers when you actually do not know who trashed the restrooms. Page looks in the lazy staff. Karen's let's see the toilet paper that you use, the one that you use in the store with the lights above your head so you can still wash your hands at the sink with soap and water, that's all free. And the paper towel are free. Goes to show how people abuse free stuff. And Stephanie, truckers aren't the only ones who use that restroom. Not blaming truckers, it's people in general. Tracy says those bathrooms have four wheels coming into so Christopher said, let's blame a trucker because it's easier. It's people in general. And furthermore, it's better employees, if anything. Rebecca said, speaking of someone who works there's water everywhere. And Miss Gudgeon through her ball. He says, maybe a trucker because several times I see kids goofing around in them. Jared, he walked into Love's one day, a guy in the stall sounding like World War III. He gets out, doesn't have to wash his hands, leaves a nasty underwear behind, goes up, and he's eating at Arby's. Eating dinner when you're listening to this. Oh, yeah. I know I have seen, to expound on Jared's comment just then, I've seen women, every time I'm using it, and walk out the door with washing their hands. I mean, nasty. That is just, I'm sorry, that is just nasty. I watched mine several times. I'll take towel and wipe down the door handle. or the faucets or the counter because it's, I put down my wallet or whatever with me, shop or anything. I'm not soaking wet. There's a bottle of water. You can't, take the soap and then turn the water on. And when I shut the water off, I always use my forearm or my wrist to shut off. And I take a paper towel and then I put the faucet on top of that. I'm overdoing it. I know. But, to not wash your hands, you've done, please. Come on, people. It's just, no. Sorry, but that's just really bad. Really bad. So, a truck driver, I posted this in our discussion group. Yeah, in our discussion group. And this is a story about how a truck driver pays it forward after he gets a hand from another driver. So I want to take a moment and read this to you. And there again, it's going to be in the show notes as well. This story was shared by, I'm going to butcher his name, that he broke down this morning around 1 a.m. Small kind of cans down and then broke off when he tried to take it out. Now, he's stuck with 1.5 day service or Uber that there's a Riley down a few miles from me. But the second and both extractor tool. On a back truck, a pickup pulled up and offers him a ride. Without the old timer pickup drive too. He wanted to give the man some money, gas, but he would take it. He said, do the same for someone else. So it took him a few hours, and he removed the parts fitting. But after he was done with everything, he went back to town, and he parked at the Walmart. Well, he went inside to buy some water and clean work on a truck to get greasy. When he was going back to his truck, he had a wallet in an empty shopping cart. He took it and kept walking back to the truck. He got the driver's license and looked at the name and address of the person. It was a lady she lived 3 miles away in Nebraska. And to her house. She opened the door. Oh my goodness, yes. Why do you have my wallet? He said, well, ma'am, you left it at the Walmart. She didn't know she lost it. And he offered the money, and he said, no, I don't want the money. But I paid a bottle of cold water. She was happy she got up and talked for a bit. So he earlier. After that, they took hands and he went on his way. This goal is what is about. Strangers take it to do it right. About that in the comment section of this show or on the website in the show. I greatly appreciate any feedback. That would be. Also, today's show is brought to you by Julia's Virtual Assistant Service. If you need a transcript done for your podcast, or you know of somebody that does audio recordings that would like to have them transcribed and put into a professional-looking report, contact Julia's Virtual Assistant Service by going to their website at juliasvaservice.com. Julia's A is in full. That's.com. Fast turnaround time, and very professional. Get it done for you in no time. So Julia, VA.com. now for the story that everybody's waiting for. So, one of my experiences, it happened real early this morning. 1 o'clock in the morning Pacific time. I was traveling westbound on Interstate 84, just outside of Dallas, and that's Dalles, Oregon. And about the ones that have any headlights on. Now, most of you would think, you know, maybe they just got it, you know, maybe they're tired, you know. And so I went around, and they sped up, caught up, still not turning ahead. And before about 5 towns down the road, I leave from the side of the scene. The middle line, back over, then way down, and then speed up, and slow. So I backed up 50 miles an hour. I was doing 65, 55 miles an hour. Now this round, over 30 miles. I called 911, and I explained to the dispatcher that, you know, there's a come on with light, but I need to tell them that. I tell them, I think, you know, some thought more major than them not. And they still haven't turned their head, and they're really weaving. I saw right on the river, and it's separating us from the rail. So you can it's 30. 1:30 in the morning on a, you know, Monday morning, no headlights on. He's only following me by my tail lights. So I tell the dispatcher, the local dispatcher, I said, look, you're not listening to me. I said, this guy is weeding. This guy is, you know, I said, he's either drunk or he's high on something. He's either going to kill somebody or he's going to get killed. I said, and I backed out of it to keep an eye on him. Well, the first operator said, oh, no, you don't need to do that. And I'm thinking to myself, really? Really? I'm thinking, I'm not going to get out of my truck. I'm not going to try to promote anything. That's my job. But at least I slowed down so that he could at least follow my tail lights to have a plan, because it was pitch black outside. You could not see anything. Not nothing. No moon, no nothing. You know, people were flying. I don't know if there's any horns blown or anything, but they were all flying by them, and that 84 is curvy. It isn't a straight shot. Every time he comes on curve, he'd back way out of it. So finally we get up to exit 85 in Dallas. Here's a state patrol sitting there. Flash red lights at, you know, from bright high moving at the state patrol. He lets me pass, lets the car pass, and then comes in behind the car without the headlights on and pulls him over. So, my goodness, that he got arrested, got a ticket, or something, had to go and take sober up or something, but he's not dead. Ain't to anybody else. So, initially, he can be mad at me all he wants to, but in the long run, I saved at least one life, if not multiple lives, and it could have been a really, really bad wreck. So the moral of my story is, when you see something like that, people, I know a lot of you do this, but there again, this is for all the people that are really new to trucking. Don't be afraid to call 911. Call 911, tell them what interstate you're on, what direction you're moving, and what milepost you're at, and what's going on. And that would be huge, because you could really save somebody's life. That's what we're out here for. That's what Mr. John was talking about. You know, us professional drivers, the public used to look up to us back in the early 80s, late 70s, early 80s, you know, and then it all changed. And when he's talking about mega carriers, yes, I'll name them: J.B. Hunt, Schneider, Werner, U.S. Express, you know, all of them. I've gone through some of these, other companies, and carriers used to be big, you know, a lot of different companies used to be big. Gordon used to be big, and all mega carriers come in and just double up, whether it's U.S. Express or Heartland or, you know, Prime. All of them just, you know, started buying companies left and right, and it's just, you know, you sit here and just shake your head. It's really, really, really pathetic. It really is pathetic. But I want to thank everybody for listening to the show. We have 900 listeners, so thank you again. If you have any ideas for the show, please feel free to leave comments. I'm going to be adding to the recipe page. There's a recipe up there now. There again, I'm working on videos. I'm trying to get them just right so I don't sound hokey. And, you know, everything, like I said, the appliance one and stuff like that is I'm really thinking about it, really working on it. And look around on the website. Make sure you go to the show notes. And I'm always going to be trying to add new features, trying to keep it fresh for everybody, trying to keep the show content fresh for everybody. Before I forget, don't forget the driver safety check is this week. Now it's going on all of this week. They're looking for seatbelts. They are looking for aggressive driving. They're looking for tailgating, looking for speeding. They're looking for texting, not adhering to like construction, not, you know, running up to the end to the barrels and stuff like that, not changing lanes, not merging. You know, drive like you're supposed to, people. Wear your seatbelt, and always use your turn signal, because they will pull you over. A friend of mine already got inspected Sunday afternoon. You know, that was on the East Coast. I'm on the West Coast. Everything was closed. So, but I also run at night, too. I'm not to say that they're not doing anything at night. That's not what I mean. Just drive like you're supposed to. Drive like you know how. Leave the aggressive crap out in the parking lot. We don't need this. In town, out on the street, share the road. I see, and I'm sorry, I see a lot of foreign nationals jump in their doggone trucks and put to the floor and a whole ass and try to get out of the way. Really? You're going to take me through construction? You are itching to eat the railroad. I will give you one warning over the TV. If you don't TV, guess what? That sounds like a personal problem. You will get one warning, and then I'll lock them up, and you will eat yours. And yes, that's a threat. I'm sorry, but that's uncalled for, especially people. Don't be tailgating. Like me, and you're going to kill yourself and a bunch of other people. You don't think these 3 and 5 truck pileups that didn't have something to do with it? Exactly what they're looking for. I catch your truck name, your truck number, I'll call you in. If you don't even I catch you at me, you're going to be called in, not to your company, but to State Patrol. I do have a dash cam. I look my mirrors. I will have a record of what you're doing. You've been warned. Don't be tailgating. And the kicker of it is, you don't know who I drive for, so I could be anywhere. Now, you really want to mess with people? On that note, I hope everybody stays safe out there this week. Just shiny side up. Until next week, it's going to be a little bit of a short show week. Until next week, take care, God bless, and have a blessed week.
When we take care of our own hearts, we're also taking care of the people closest to us. So it's comforting to know that RWJ Barnabas Health has New Jersey's most comprehensive cardiac care program, with access to top specialists, minimally invasive heart surgery options, and rehabilitation and wellness programs. So get your heart checked. It's as easy as visiting rwjbh.org/heart. RWJ Barnabas Health. Let's be healthy together.
This moment of respite is brought to you by Subway. 5 footlongs, starting at $4.99 each. $4.99. $4.99. 5 footlongs, starting at $4.99 each. Goodbye.
Limited time at participating shops. Prices vary and are higher in Alaska and Hawaii. Extras additional plus tax. No additional discounts or coupons applied.